Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 21 video. In today's episode, we're going to be rebuilding the Green Bay Packers, but not really in a realistic way. Some of you guys may want to see Jordan Love, I would say, but I still will try to keep the teams realistic and the re-signs realistic as much as I can. Obviously, trading away big cap room players, but I'm not going to be using Jordan Love in this rebuild, just to let you guys know that. And I think it would definitely be more realistic not to put Jordan Love in, because I don't know why you would draft a QB whenever you made it to the NFC Championship last year. Makes no sense. But anyways, this is what the overlook of the team is. Aaron Rodgers, we're going to have to do like retirement influence with QBs or something like that. Probably get that upgrade. Aaron Jones here with the superstar ability of spin cycle and jukebox. I wish it was evasive, just 2-1. But Devontae Adams here with double me deep out elite and red zone threats. And Devin Funches as well. This tight end group definitely needs to be upgraded. Right side of the O-line is all right, but left side is great. But it's probably going to be an expensive O-line. But defensively, middle linebackers suck, but this pass rush is honestly not bad with Zadarius Smith, Preston Smith, and Kenny Clark, I believe it is. If I didn't say his first name right, I'm very sorry. But Jair Alexander is here, Kevin King as well. He could develop into something. Adrian Amos and Darnell Savage as well. So overall, very good defense, and I'm very happy with this team. So other than that, guys, it is time to jump into the trades. So here we are at the first trade as we're trading away our tight end, a 6th round pick and a 7th round pick for the first pick in the draft from the New England Patriots. And next we're trading away our middle linebacker, our right guard, for the tight end Gerald Everett and a 2nd round pick from the LA Rams. It was their 2nd string tight end, so it was a pretty good trade for us in general. So I'm very happy with this trade. And Gerald Everett's going to be a big part of this offense. And it looks like our left guard moved to center because we don't really have one anymore. And there wasn't too big of differences, but I was very happy with that Gerald Everett trade. Could have gone TJ Hawkinson cheese, because TJ Hawkinson is relatively easy to trade for, but I wanted to mix it up a little bit. So other than that, let's get into the midseason mark. Now here we are at the midseason mark, and obviously we are coming off a win, crushing the Minnesota Vikings, as we are 2nd in the division behind the Chicago Bears and Nick Foles. But we had players to resign such as Gerald Everett and David Bakhtiari. Gerald Everett we just traded for, so he's obviously going to need to stay on the team, and he re-signs with the team, so that was definitely a good trade and a good pickup for us. And David Bakhtiari is here as well, and this is going to be a huge contract because left tackle is the 2nd highest paid position in the NFL, and he's a high overall, so that was a huge contract. I don't know if that was the right choice because there is a lot of superstars here that we do need to pay, and Aaron Jones is one of those, and he does stay with the team. Devin Funches is young, and I do believe he will progress to at least an 85 overall during this rebuild, so I would be very happy to re-sign him here, and he does re-sign with the team, so that is very good. Kevin King I would like to re-sign. I feel like he will progress. He's already progressed to 2 higher overalls than he was before at the start of the season, and he does re-sign with the team, so that's another signing I'm very happy with. And everyone else here I don't really seem to have an interest for. It looks like the CPU signed Gerald McCoy, which I'm okay with. But other than that, boys, it is time to jump into the playoffs. So let's do that. So here we are in the playoffs, coming off a loss to the Chicago Bears as they take the division, and we finish our season 7-9, which doesn't really make a lot of sense. We only traded away depth players, but we had the 2nd best offense and the 13th best defense. How did we go 7-9? That doesn't make any sense. Was our special teams that bad? It looks like, how did Aaron Rodgers not get any MVP candidate? He had 2nd in passing yards and 6th in passing touchdowns. 4,500 yards, 36 TDs, and 30 interceptions. That's probably why. But Aaron Jones, how did Jamal Williams get 10 touchdowns? Aaron Jones had 5 touchdowns and barely over 1,000 yards, but still, Devontae Adams was a monster, 1,200 yards, 8 TDs. And defensively, Kyrus Barnes, the most tackles on team, most tackles for a loss, 18 for Kenny Clark. Most sacks is 10 for Kenny Clark. Most interceptions is 2 for Preston Smith. And most safeties is 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So really happy with the season, but for some reason we went 7-9. So let's jump into the offseason. So in the offseason, the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Seattle Seahawks in the Super Bowl, which is kind of interesting. And it looks like Jamal Williams is here and everybody else here I do not want to re-sign, as I said before. But Kyrus Barnes is here, but we don't have the money to re-sign him. I would like to re-sign him. He did get a dev up for having the most tackles on team, so I can't even franchise tag him, which is a little disappointing to me. So everyone else here on the team, we're just going to look for development traits. And it looks like offensively we look the same, and defensively Looks like Harris Barnes, again, he did get star development. Very happy with that, I would say, for the most tackles on the team. And Kenny Clark has Superstar X Factor once again. In Madden 20, he did have Superstar X Factor, but he now has reinforcement. And Preston Smith has Superstar development with BOGO and Run Committed. And Zadarius Smith has Superstar X Factor now with Relentless, El Toro, and Mr. Big Stop. So very, very happy with all of these upgrades that my defense did get, though offense didn't really progress too much. So other than that, boys, I would say it's time to jump into free agency. And obviously in free agency, we don't have any money because we obviously couldn't even re-sign Harris Barnes. So other than that, boys, let's just jump into the draft. Here we are in the draft, picking up a defensive tackle, 78 overall, normal development. He's ranked number 1 in the class. We picked him up at number 10. I'm probably going to move him to the outside edge, right end, or something like that. So next we're picking up a middle linebacker, Cooper Foster, 75 overall, only normal development, ranked number 11 in the class. We picked him up at number 15. So even though we didn't really get many developments, I still upgraded the offensive line just a little bit. Didn't show that pick on camera, but still, I was pretty happy with our draft, picking up that defensive tackle. I moved him to the end. He regressed through overalls just because he moved to the end. But middle linebackers, hopefully they can progress. So let's just jump into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark, coming off a win to the Arizona Cardinals, as we are 5-2, second in the division behind the 5-2 Minnesota Vikings, who we are going to play in Week 11. So hopefully we can win that. But Davante Adams is 96 overall, Superstar X Factor with double me. We obviously want to keep him around, but we don't have any money, which is very, very bad. Thankfully, he's the only big player that we need to resign right now. So I'm going to be looking into, not free agency, I don't want to go into that, but some reason Julian Edelman was in free agency. Probably would have picked him up if I had money, not going to lie. But still, I need to get back on topic. Who is taking up the most cap on this team? That would be Aaron Rodgers, which is understandable. Zadarius Smith, Davante Adams, Preston Smith, David Bakhtiari, that was a sketchy signing. Billy Turner, the right tackle, is taking up $8 million cap room. No, thank you. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna have to trade him away because I'm not willing to pay him that much. And Dean Laurie, the left end that has normal development. No thanks. Devin Funches, I just re-signed him. Mason Crosby, I'll probably trade away. I'm not willing to pay a kicker that much. I don't care whose kicker it is, unless it's like Justin Tucker or Josh Lambo. But still, everyone else here I don't have an interest for. So other than that, let's jump into some trades. So we are now trading away Billy Turner and the defensive end and Mason Crosby for a 4th round pick. We literally got robbed for these players, but this is the only team that had cap room left. So now here we are back again to re-sign Davante Adams, and the Ravens robbed us for those players. I mean, they weren't really much of value anyways, so I didn't really care too much. We only got a 4th round pick out of it, but once again, they were the only team that had cap room. Every other team was in negative cap room, so yeah, I was pretty happy with that, but still, there's not enough money to sign him, and he just wants more salary, so we're probably going to have to tag him at the end of the season. And I'm really disappointed in myself for re-signing David Bakhtiari now, because we definitely need Davante Adams. But anyways, guys, here we are in the playoffs as we are coming off a win to the Eagles, as we are 10-6 in the wild card. And we also took the division above the 8-8 Chicago Bears. And Aaron Rodgers, once again, another great season. 5th best offense and defensively 9th best defensively. Somehow only went 10-6. Aaron Rodgers, 4,300 yards, 30 TDs, and only 7 interceptions. Great comeback from last year. 11 touchdowns. How did A.J. Dillon get 13? Makes no sense. But still, Aaron Jones had another monster season. Davante Adams had another monster season as well. Defensively, Cooper Foster, the rookie with the most tackles on the team. Most tackles for a loss goes to 14 for Kenny Clark. Most sacks, 11.5 for Zadarius Smith. Most interceptions, 2 for Cooper Foster. And most safeties is 0, and defensive touchdowns is 0. So overall, very good season. Very happy with it. So we're going to simulate this wildcard round against the football team, aka the Redskins. But still, hopefully we can win this to move on to the divisional round. If we do that, I will be very, very happy. And we do, here to face the 12-4 Seattle Seahawks, as we blew out the Washington football team 35-13. So let's jump into this matchup. And here in the matchup, we are up 28-21 against the Seattle Seahawks in the 4th quarter. A minute and 30 seconds left. 31-21 against the Seattle Seahawks, and 0 hits the clock, and 31-21 is your final score against the Seattle Seahawks. So let's move on to the AFC Championship. I meant to say the NFC Championship. I feel like a retard, but we are here to face the 12-4 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So let's just jump straight into this matchup. So now in this matchup against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it is 25-28, as I did hop in there to make sure we could try and win it, but it's 35-28 once again. 1 minute left in the fourth quarter. Very happy with this. They have no timeouts, and I'm going to hop in here. I was going to recover the onside kick, but it doesn't really matter. There's only 9 seconds left. So we win the game. We're going to move on to the Super Bowl as we win 35-38. Beating the Buccaneers, we are here to face, of course, the Cleveland Browns, who somehow make it to the Super Bowl every year in Madden simulation. It makes no sense. I don't know why Baker Mayfield is such a god. But the 12-4 Cleveland Browns versus the 10-6 Packers, and there's no development upgrades, but defensively it looks like Cooper Foster now has hidden development, so he does have star dev now, as you can see right there through his progression history. And everyone else here kind of looks the same. Kenny Clark was a superstar X Factor before, so other than that, boys, I would say this team looks pretty good. So it is time to jump into the Super Bowl matchup against the Cleveland Browns. So here we are in the Super Bowl, here to face the Cleveland Browns, who are 12-4, as it is 31-14 against the Cleveland Browns in the fourth quarter. Only 2.5 minutes left in the game. Now 2 minutes left, 31-14, and 30 seconds left in the Super Bowl as your Green Bay Packers win the Super Bowl. And I accidentally skipped the highlights, so I guess we'll have to find out who the Super Bowl MVP was in the offseason, so I'll show you guys that now. So here we are in the offseason, as we obviously beat the Browns 34-14 in the Super Bowl, and it looks like Cooper Foster actually might have gotten it with that interception, forced fumble, and fumble recovery. And yeah, Aaron Rodgers threw 2 picks, so I'm pretty sure Cooper Foster, the rookie, won Super Bowl MVP. That is quite the way to go from normal development to star development to winning Super Bowl MVP. But Davante Adams is here, and we'll have to kind of lowball his contract if we could, or maybe even sign him to a long-term deal. Will he accept this? No, he wants to play for a new team, so it looks like we're going to have to franchise tag him, which I am going to be okay with. This is only the 3rd season, though, so this may be a problem. Wait, no, this is only the 2nd season, so yeah, this may be a huge problem, but still. Here we are in free agency, and obviously we don't have any money after franchise tagging Davante Adams, so that was a big problem. So other than that, boys, let's just jump into the draft. Here we are in the draft, picking up an outside linebacker, Ricky Flower, normal development. Probably going to move him to inside linebacker because he has run stopper as his archetype. So after the draft, we didn't really do too much, I would say. Nothing insane. I did pick up some receivers off camera. They weren't really impressive, so I didn't really show them on camera, of course. And everyone else here looks pretty good to me. Maybe we need to upgrade the edge a little bit better. But other than that, boys, it is time to jump into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark, coming off a win to the Dallas Cowboys, as we are 7-1. Finally, the season I've always been looking for, above the Detroit Lions, who are 2nd in the division, but we are 1st in the division, obviously. We have to sign Jair Alexander, Zadarius Smith, Preston Smith, oh my gosh, Davante Adams, Adrian Amos, Ellington Jenkins. Dude, we are so screwed on cap. We are so unbelievably screwed on cap. But I'm going to sign Davante Adams first, because that's what I feel like is the biggest need for us right now at receiver, because definitely Aaron Rodgers needs his receivers to win that Super Bowl. And does he resign with the team? He does stay, so I'm very happy with that. And Jair Alexander is next. Maybe Zadarius Smith. I do need edge at the same time. I guess it's going to be a debate between Zadarius Smith and Preston Smith, I feel. And Jair Alexander stays with the team, so I'm happy with that. Which one is cheaper? I think Preston Smith is only cheaper by $2 million, and Zadarius Smith has an X factor and his 3 overall is higher. Adrian Amos, I would like to keep my strong safety first, so he's the contract that I'll probably give to first, and he's much cheaper than both those players, so he stays with the team. Well, actually, no, he doesn't. He doesn't accept the contract, which is a problem at the end of the season, so hopefully he can re-sign at the end of the season. But Zadarius Smith, I'm going to offer up on him just because he's only $2 million higher than Preston Smith, and he's just a little bit better in my opinion, so I'm going to choose Zadarius Smith over Preston Smith. And Ellington Jenkins, he's a left guard, but he's playing right tackle right now, so I feel like in simulation, offensive line doesn't really do much. I don't think it really does much at all, regardless of who you have. And it looks like Preston Smith stays with the team. And you guys are probably wondering, if offensive line doesn't really do too much, then why'd you sign David Bakhtiari? I re-signed David Bakhtiari because it's a realistic move. If I didn't re-sign any of these players, like if I just trade away all my offensive line, it just wouldn't be realistic, and all you guys would hate me in the comments for it. So we're going to have to re-sign Adrian Amos at the end of the season. But apart from that, let's get into the playoffs. Now here we are in the playoffs as we finish with a first round bye, coming off a win to the Detroit Lions, which is very exciting for me. As we finish 15-1, who did we lose to? We could have gone at 16-0. I mean, we are 7-1 at the midseason mark, but I need to look into the team schedule. We lost to the football team, really? 17-38. And obviously, you can see none of these wins are forced. I mean, on the bye week, it says we forced a home win, but it was the bye week, guys. I don't know why the CPU automatically does that, but we didn't force any wins. 15-1 season, very, very good season. Very, very happy with it as well. And looking into the stats, Aaron Rodgers, another amazing season. Did he win that MVP? Tell me he did. Russell Wilson wins it, and Aaron Rodgers gets second. So I guess that's fair, but Russell Wilson only went 9-7, but we went 15-1. Offensively, we were third, and defensively, we were second. So amazing season. Very, very happy with it. Aaron Rodgers, 4,600 yards, 45 TDs, and 12 interceptions. Aaron Jones, another monster season. Davante Adams was a beast, 4,200 yards, 15 touchdowns, probably the best receiver of the year. Cooper Foster with the most tackles on team, most tackles for a loss, 15 for Kenny Clark. Most sacks goes to 10.5 for Doug Walker. And interceptions is 4 for Cooper Foster, so that may be another dev up. Safeties is 0, and defensive touchdowns is 0. So other than that, very, very happy with the season. Very, very good indeed. We're going to simulate this wild card round. We are not playing anyone. We got a first round bye. So who are we going to be facing in the divisional round? That will be the 9-7 Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to simulate this to see if we can move on to the conference championship. Can we do it? Please. How does, oh my god, how does a 15-1 team lose to the Dallas Cowboys? They suck. There's no way that would happen in real life. But anyways, guys, let's just jump into the offseason. So a very disappointing end to the season, especially since the Cowboys beat the Bills in the Super Bowl 28-17, and the Bills lose their 5th Super Bowl. They've appeared to 5, never won one apparently. They've appeared to 4 in real life, but in Madden, I guess, it would be considered 5. But Adrian Amos looks like we're going to have to cut down his contract and tag him for this final season, which I'm okay with. Very great team. If we can go 15-1 again, I don't really care if we can't pick anyone up in free agency. I'm still going to be happy with it. So other than that, boys, let's just jump into the team to see if there's any development upgrades. And how did Aaron Jones still not get Superstar X Factor? Jordan Love's his star development. I don't know how I didn't notice that before, but still... Everyone else here looks the same defensively. Oh, it looks like Cooper Foster has superstar development now with the abilities, secure tackler. So very impressed by that. And as you can see, it does say plus superstar dev for him. So I was very happy by that. Oh, and looks like Doug Walker has star development. And as you can see, it does say plus star development. So he did actually have a pretty good season. So other than that, boys, let's just jump into free agency. So here we are in free agency, and obviously, like I said before, we had to tag Adrian Amos, so we don't have any cap room. So let's just jump into the draft. Here we are in the draft as we're picking up a wide receiver, Cole Young, 73 overall, normal development, trying to get Aaron Rodgers as many weapons as he can. And here we are with the final look of the team, and it looks like the CPU drafted this guard because I definitely did not. O-line, not looking great, but still good tackles, I would say, and the guard probably has potential. But this is the final season. This is the final look. So other than that, boys, it is time to jump into the midseason mark. So guys, here we are at the midseason mark as we are coming off a loss to the Niners as we are 3-4, went from 7-1 at the midseason mark to 3-4. Very big down year from last year. I don't know how that works, but Darnell Savage, Adrian Amos, Aaron Rodgers, and all these other players here, I don't need to resign because it is the final season. So other than that, let's just jump into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs coming off a loss to the New Orleans Saints, but we are 8-8 in the playoffs here to face the 10-6 Falcons as we took the division above the 6-10 Bears. Really crappy division, but Aaron Rodgers did pretty good. Probably his worst season of all of them, but still a good season. Offensively and defensively were not amazing. 38 TDs, 11 interceptions. Aaron Jones had a down year from last year as well. Receiving-wise, Davante Adams still a monster. All 4 seasons were 1,000-yard seasons for him. Cooper Foster with the most tackles on team, most tackles for a loss, 13 for Doug Walker. Most sacks goes to 11 for Preston Smith. Most interceptions, 2 for Cooper Foster. Safeties is 0 and defensive touchdowns is 0. So it's still another all right season, I would say. We've made 3 out of 4 of the playoffs in the season, so I'm very, very happy with this team once again. Can we beat the Falcons? We do. Here to face the 11-5 Dallas Cowboys. Can we please beat them? It would be more realistic if they won, but they literally blew out our 15-1 team. But still, somehow we still lose to the freaking Dallas Cowboys. We won the Super Bowl though, so I would consider this a successful rebuild. But anyways, guys, if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you like and or subscribe. It really helps out the channel. I kind of want to leave this part for the end of the video, so that way I don't really annoy you guys at the beginning of the video. Anyways, guys, if you guys have any rebuilds or any comment suggestions, just make sure you comment them down below. I really love reading your all's comments. You guys already know that I heart all of your comments and reply to them. So other than that, boys, I hope you guys enjoyed this rebuild, and I will see you guys in the next one.